Hello friends, in this video we are going to see the 200 Kenyan Shilling standard circulation banknote, which was launched in the year 2003 by the government of the Republic of Kenya to commemorate the 40th anniversary of independence of the Republic of Kenya, that is from the independence year 1963 to the year 2003, and hence, this banknote was launched to celebrate Kenya's 40th Independence Day. These banknotes were printed by the Central Bank of Kenya and were printed at De La Rue, which is also known as Thomas De La Rue or Thomas De La Rue and Company, TDLR, London, United Kingdom. Now let us see the physical structure of the banknote. It is a rectangular-shaped banknote made from paper material. It is printed using the intaglio technique, that is, raised printing technique, which can be felt by soft touch on the note surface. The predominant colors of the banknote are green and brown colors. The size of the banknote is 144 mm by 76 mm. The banknotes printed in the years from 2003 to 2004 were printed without cornerstone watermark, and the banknotes printed from the year 2005 were printed with cornerstone watermark. Now let us discuss the obverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a denominational numeral 200 in English on all the four corners of the note. Next, it has the date of printing of the note, which is 12 December 2003, which is the date of Independence Day of Kenya, which is also known as Jamhuri Day in Swahili. Next, it has the logo of the Central Bank of Kenya. Next, below the logo of Central Bank of Kenya, it has the lettering commemorating 40 years of independence, from 1963 to 2003. Next, it has a watermark, which consists of the image of an African lion head, and the value of the note 200 in electrotype. Next, it has an image of an African lion head. Next, it has an elephant as a see-through registration, which can be seen on both sides of the note. Next, at the center, it has an intaglio portrait of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of the Republic of Kenya, who is lauded as the father of the nation. Next, it has an image of Mount Kenya as background image. It is the highest mountain in Kenya, and the second highest, after Mount Kilimanjaro in neighboring Tanzania, in Africa. Next, it has the text Banki Kuu ya Kenya in Swahili language. Next, below the text, it has the text Central Bank of Kenya in English language. Next, it shows the emblem, coat of arms, of Republic of Kenya, which features two lions, which is a symbol of protection, holding spears and a traditional East African Maasai shield. The shield and spears symbolize unity and defense of freedom. The shield contains the national colors, representing black for the people of Kenya, red for the bloodshed during the struggle for freedom, green for the agriculture and natural resources, white for unity and peace. On the shield is a rooster holding an axe while moving forward, portraying authority, the will to work, success, and the break of a new dawn. The shield and lion stand on a silhouette of Mount Kenya containing in the foreground examples of Kenya agricultural produce, that are coffee, pyrethrum, sisal, tea, maize and pineapples. The coat of arms is supported by a scroll upon which is written the word Harambee. In Swahili, Harambee means all pull together, or all for one. Next, below the emblem, coat of arms, of Republic of Kenya, it has the lettering legal tender for 200 shillings in English. Next, below the lettering, it has the denominational value, shilingi 200 in Swahili. Next, below the denominational value, it has the lettering the first president of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta in English. Next, it has the lettering for the board of directors in English, and it also has the signatures of the governor of the Central Bank of Kenya and the board member. Next, it has a windowed security thread, which is an embedded metallic thread running vertically. The thread is imprinted with the demetallized letters CBK and the numeral 200 in an alternating pattern, and when the note is seen in light, the thread is visible from both sides of the note. Next, it has a latent image patch, which shows the denominational numeral of the note 200 in English. The latent image patch also glows brightly under ultraviolet light. Next, it has asymmetrical serial numbers in English, in which the asymmetrical serial numbering style has progressively larger digits in adjacent positions. The serial numbers are printed vertically in red fluorescent ink on the top left side and printed horizontally in black magnetic ink on the bottom right side of the note. And next, it has microtext in lettering BKYK in Swahili language, in lettering Central Bank of Kenya in English language, and in lettering Peace, Love, Unity in English language. Now let us discuss the reverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a denominational numeral 200 in English on all the four corners of the note. Next, at the center, it features the central picture, which consists the image of three cotton pickers in cotton field and hills in background. The image shows the scenery of cotton harvest, where people are picking cotton in a field. Cotton holds significant importance in Kenya as a cornerstone of livelihoods, job creation, and industrial development. Historically a vital cash crop, it provides a primary source of income for approximately 140,000 smallholder farmers, particularly in the arid and semi-arid regions where other crops may not thrive. A thriving cotton sector is the essential foundation for the nation's textile and apparel industry, which is Kenya's second largest manufacturing sector after food processing. The cotton value chain supports thousands of formal and informal jobs in farming, ginning, spinning, weaving, and garment manufacturing, which is a major focus of the government's economic development agenda, known as the Big Four. Furthermore, cotton has diverse uses, with the lint for fabric, cottonseed for edible oil, and oil cake for animal feed, adding further value to the economy. Next, it has the lettering of date of printing of the note in Swahili, Tarehe kumi na mbili, December 2000, Tatu, which is the date of Independence Day of Kenya, which is also known as Jamhuri Day in Swahili. Next, it has the logo of the Central Bank of Kenya, and next, below the logo of the Central Bank of Kenya, it has the lettering Kuadhimisha, Miaka, Arubaini, Ya, Uhuru, Kutoka, Elfu Moja, Mia Tisa, na Sitini, na Tatu, Hadi, Elfu Mbili, Tatu, in Swahili. Here, we reach the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you soon. Goodbye.